Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy. First, before I get started, I got to take a commercial break. This is the time where you get the opportunity to subscribe, like, dislike, comment, share, do something to engage with the show so we can reach more people and grow the family. Now, back to our regular scheduled program. Right now, I want to get out my mind and put on the record. I was watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Shout out to Blue, one of the hardest working guys out there in the boxing reporting game. Hats goes off to you. He was talking about the Jaron Ennis Virgil Ortiz fight, and it made me look into some things that I had said in the past. How a lot of people griping and grumbling about Turkey taking over boxing, but as of now, when you really look at the landscape of things, Turkey and Jake Paul are the only one playing the game right now. Everybody else then fell off. I haven't heard much about Barbarian. If he is hanging around, he probably done moved to the Chitlin circuit. I haven't heard much about PBC. They're not doing much. Oscar De La Hoya, we're in a situation with him right now. The only person doing something is Jake Paul, the ones that people hate in Turkey, the ones that people hate. Then you got Eddie Hearn, the leech, the lapdog, the bootlicker, whatever you want to call him. He's hanging around because he's looking at the future. He's riding a wave on anybody that's making something happen, and he see Turkey making something happen, so he's staying very close to Turkey, trying to make sure that he get a seat at the table, because you already know if you're not sitting at the table, then you on the menu. You feel what I'm saying? So like I said, I've always liked what Turkey was doing, because he was entertaining us as he entertained himself. We understand that they got a whole lot of money. They got different kind of money than we got over here. It's not like here a corporation and spending money to make a budget so that they can have more money. He just happened to be affiliated with some rich people that's entertaining themselves and allowing us to watch it while they entertain themselves. They're not spending their money. They're spending the country money. So it doesn't really matter to them whether they make a profit or not. A lot of people griping and complaining about that, but you're looking at it from the wrong set of eyes. We're in a situation now where they're the only game, gonna be the only game in town, whether you like it or not. You can sit back, criticize it, or whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, talk is cheap. Money by land. You believe that? I always say that. So keep griping and complaining, and Turkey and them gonna keep doing what they're doing, because they don't care what you say, how you do it. We're just speaking on YouTube, content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call us. That's all we are. And at the end of the day, when it's time to buy the land, you just a broke person that's talking. We're just broke people that's talking. And they're going to continue to make moves where they see that they want to make moves. So you could either get with the program, or either try to get in where you fit in and be like Bill Haney and them and get in where they fit in, or be like Jake Paul, get in where you fit in and get what you can get out of the game. Now, this Virgil Ortiz Boots Ennis fight, if it wasn't for Turkey, we'll still be tap dancing and doing a jig with Oscar De La Hoya, because even he don't care about what you say about him. He gonna make moves according to what he want to make moves. He paying the money if he paying the money. So if it wasn't for Turkey, he'll still be trying to tap dance on this Jaron Boots Ennis fight. We all know he don't want to get rid of allow Boots to fight this fight. I said that in a video a while back, that I believe it when I see it. But now I'm looking like I'm forced to see this, because look like to me, Turkey either gonna make this happen or push Oscar De La Hoya out the way. Big bank, take little bank, and push him out the way. And either we're gonna get the fight that we wanted to see, or we're gonna see that Oscar and them was ducking. And I can understand why Oscar's trying not to fight him, because I said it in the last video I made about this. It's the fact that if Oscar lose, if Oscar lose the belt, well, if Virgil lose the belt, Oscar don't really have anything. Who else he got? Ryan. And we know in this business, contrary to popular belief, if you don't have a belt, you are nobody. I don't care how good you was yesterday. Once you lose the belt, you're nobody. So you got to have a belt in this business in order to make some noise. And Oscar know that. That is his leverage. That is where he can say he got a champion. That is why this green belt that everybody's clamoring about is so publicized, because that's how you identify the champions. So as we saying, at least Turki, I don't know if he's gonna hold up to his end of the deal, but at least Turki is saying, we're gonna cut out all these belts and these regulars, supers, and franchise and black history. We cutting out all these belts and making one belt so we can recognize the champion. Plus, that should draw a lot of more casual fans, because now they ain't got to try to keep up with who's who, and they can understand that the belts that they're looking at, the champion is holding it. So I'm all for what's going on. I mean, of course, things might change in the future after Turki get it and him and Dana White have absolute power of the game. They might even fall out. Who knows? But I'm all for it. But at the end of the day, the man with the gold make the rules. That's the golden rule. If it wasn't for Turki Alalshikh putting these demands on Oscar De La Hoya, we'll be still going through these same, jumping through these same hoops like we do when it comes to him and Mauricio Suleiman, all them in bed together, in cahoots together, for a lack of words. So they able to do and handle business the way they want to handle business. But Turki stepping in and said, hey man, if you can't get no deal made, you need to get the deal made, because if you can't get no deal made, you can kick rocks. Because I'm not in here to play games. I'm in here to look at the best fighters, fight the best fighters. And sometimes it's not that the fights that we particularly think are the best fighters, but you got to understand, if the man paying the bill, he asks for what he want to ask for. You know, you might go to the restaurant and you might not like medium rare steak. But if you go to the restaurant and you paying for it, then that's a different story. But if you're not paying for it, then you can either eat the medium rare steak, or you can eat the medium rare steak, or you can buy your own. So Turki saying, this is what I want because I'm paying for it. Okay. As I spoken, the best fighting the best, Oscar and Virgil is at odds with each other, because Virgil is just trying to prove he's the best. Oscar is trying to protect the belt. So that is why they're fighting. He don't mind losing. If he got to lose to prove that he the best, he want to take that chance. He know he got a 50-50 chance to win, so he don't mind taking a chance. But Oscar felt like he can't win. So that's why Oscar don't want him in the ring, because if Oscar felt like he could win, the fight would have been made. We know that. These fighters know who they can beat and who they can't beat. These promoters know who they can beat and who they can't beat. We all know that. But we don't want to admit that, especially when it comes to our favorite fighter. But that's all I got on that. With that being said, I'm out of here. Like last year.